For some reason, when I was watching this movie, Kate Winslet reminded me a lot of Liquid Snake from the Metal Gear Solid series. I don't know if anybody else had that connection, but just give it a look. Hey guys, thank you for joining the quest again today. I'm your host Marques Underwood, and today I'll be reviewing 999, which is directed by John Hillcoat, who also directed movies such as The Road and Lawless, one of my favorite westerns of all time. And it stars a lot of people: Casey Affleck, Anthony Mackie, Chiwetel Ejiofor, Kate Winslet, Aaron Paul. There are a whole bunch of people in this movie. But with this great cast, does it hold up? I think so. It didn't live up all the way to the potential that it had, but it definitely was a good and fun movie to watch. Now the action scenes, they're done really good in this movie. That's why a lot of you guys go to see this movie. You see it for the action scenes. It's a heist movie, kind of thrown in with a little bit of drama, but man, the gunfights, they were good. They didn't have no stupid shaky cam going on. You could tell what was going on. I like the different angles and stuff of how they shot the movie. The sides, like when they were driving, you see what was going on. The bank scenes are pretty good too. In the beginning, at least, when they first get there, you get to see the whole movie. The cinematography of the movie is kind of good too. It's not great, but it's still kind of good, and I like it. Now this movie is set in Atlanta, kind of different from the LA and New York backdrop that you typically get in these type of movies, but pretty much the same stuff goes on. Corrupt cops and this group of people, they just have to work together to do one last heist. You've seen these movies before, and well, I think it is better than a lot of movies, but it didn't live up to the full potential that it had, honestly. The acting was pretty good. I thought Anthony Mackie did a phenomenal job. His character probably had the most depth out of everybody in the movie, and it was very complex, and I think Anthony Mackie portrayed him pretty well for what he was given. Same thing with Casey Affleck. He kind of plays like the good cop, trying to stay on the right path and stuff, and I think he did a pretty good job too, in my opinion. But Kate Winslet, what the hell was she doing with that Russian accent? I mean, she's part of this like Russian Jewish mafia in the movie, and she does this terrible Russian accent. I mean, that stupid voice that she was doing, it felt like she was trying too hard. I think she just should have stuck with her American accent and just, said she had like Russian ancestry or something, because it was just that bad in my opinion. The movie kind of reminded me of Takers, the movie with Idris Elba, T.I., Chris Brown, Matt Dillon, that movie, and a little bit of Training Day with the whole aspect of Casey Affleck's character and Anthony Mackie's relationship. So I thought that was a nice little blend. It's kind of more on the Taker side, obviously. It kind of had the potential to be like The Town or anything like that, but it doesn't live up to it. I kind of feel like, honestly, that if you didn't know who the good guys were and who the bad guys were, and the movie was more complex with the character and there was more like backstory and you actually cared about some of these characters, I feel like the movie honestly had the potential to be one of the best heist films of all time, honestly, but it doesn't. It does just play it safe, It keeps its foot on the gas, but it doesn't actually, press down on it when it has to. And that's probably the biggest flaw with this movie, honestly. So for that, I gotta give this movie a B, 3.6 out of 5. Like I said earlier, I really did enjoy this movie. It just didn't live up to the full potential. Kate Winslet, also Liquid Snake, obviously. She just did an okay job in my opinion. I mean, her acting, it was good and all, but just the accent, it was terrible. Anthony Mackie and Woody Harrelson too. They both steal the scene. They both were probably the best parts of this whole movie. And I think, you should check this out if you're into that type of movies. So, have you seen 999? If you have, comment below, and I want to know, what's the best heist movie you ever seen before? Again, if you're new, you want to hit that subscribe button, you want to like this video, and join the quest.